Daily Draft Dude back again, once again, for another fantasy football mock draft. And you know what? We are into the month of June, and draft season is heating up, and we have a lot of big news. We actually have some trades being made, and yeah, as we get into the heart of mock draft season, July and August, you know, please be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and leave a like. It really helps the channel. But with that being said, let's get right into it. We're doing half PPR draft today. Yes, sleeper. So we got Bijan Chase, Gibbs. Okay, we got JT, we got Puka, Christian McCaffrey, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. All guys I like. But you know what? I'm not really understanding why JT's ADP is this high. He had a great stretch last season where he was excellent, right? 12, 29, 32, 14, 31, 23, 34, 37, 7, 49. Monstrous game. And he's been unbelievable. He's unbelievable. He's 27. He's a little bit on the older end, but he is absolutely incredible. So we haven't drafted a lot of Jonathan Taylor this time around. Let's try our hand. Let's draft Jonathan Taylor. It's half PPR. This feels like a smash. Usually in this situation, I would go best player available. I think best player available was probably Puka or JSN, but totally understand if you wanted to go with Jonathan Taylor. All right. Oh, all right. So let's recap some of the news that went, and some of the ADPs that may change. Drake London just signed a 4-year, $140 million contract, $100 million guaranteed. He's an absolute smash play. 24. He's super young still. Yeah, look at this. $141 million, 4 years. With Michael Penix, he was absolutely amazing for fantasy. 25, 31, 38, 24, 18. Then he sprained his PCL, which we saw last year with Ricky Pearsall, and he came back and he was okay. He was clearly not as productive. I mean, this Rams game was bad, and then yeah, week 18 against New Orleans, he was serviceable. He had a touchdown. Um, Absolute smash play. I think he's gonna be really good this year. He's somebody I want to draft a lot in full PPR, and maybe next draft we'll tackle that. But with that being said, here a lot of great options. So AJ Brown, he just got traded to the Patriots. I, I think he's going to be a really great play. He's dealt with some injury history. I think they the rumor is that the Rams were in on him, but then his medicals came back. One of his knees is not in a great position. I don't really buy that. I think he's going to be a great play. He's 28. He has 7 years of experience. He's older. I think they're going to manage it just well. Um, I think Jeremiah Love. I understand. I understand he's a rookie, but I feel like at this ADP coming back, he's what player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's player. This would be 20, 21. Yeah, let's go Jeremiah Love. And I love this anchor RB. Derrick Henry, George Pickens, Bucky Irving. Brock Bowers is just one of those plays that I feel like in the third round he's going to be an absolute monster because people are forgetting how good he was as a rookie because he was hurt last year. I mean, look, he had 3 games. Like he got injured week one. He wasn't quite the same. He was out for 3 games. Had the bye. Came back. Monster game. And then he was out. They put him on IR to end the season. It is half PPR. There is some positional scarcity. I could go like a Brees. I can go this triple RB. But I think we'll just go Brock. I feel like right there, this would be like even in half PPR, people are taking Travis Kelsey in the first round because of positional scarcity. I feel like right here it's a good play. Josh Allen was on my radar. AJ Brown was on my radar. But there are so many good running back. There are so many good wide receivers. I think you can just sort of wait on it. And here, I'm going to take Devonta Smith when he comes back to me. Talk about a huge boost in production for Devonta Smith. I mean, yeah, he's 27. He was a little bit older coming out of college, but I think in this offense is going to be tailored to him. I think they see that he can be a one. And I like the other guys. I like Makai Lemon. I like Eli Stowers. I like Dallas Goddard. And obviously you have Saquon. And Saquon's going round two for a reason. He's unbelievable. But, I think I'd rather have the upside of Monta Smith. And I like Emeka Ibuka. But I think for right now in the fourth round, I'm not loving too many of these plays. And I sort of want to be able to anchor my team down with structure. Like, I don't want to get someone like Bashal Tuin and he's not going to play. I don't like to design my drafts around that. I want to have guys that I know are going to be productive right out the gate. Drake May, I feel like with AJ Brown, could be like Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. I think you take Drake May there. His ADP probably in August is going to be like here, probably before Lamar. And I think this is going to be, oh, crushing. I lost out on Devonta Smith. That is really, really crushing. I like it. Mekabuka, DJ Moore, I think would be good. Maybe not on the fifth. I think we're gonna go Quinshawn. I think we're gonna go Quinshawn, and we're just going to punt wide receiver. Bashal 2 and 5'9" is a little rich. We'll see how camp turns out. Oh, okay. So yeah, so obviously sleeper ADP doesn't know what it's doing because it has a team of six wide receivers, which is just absurd. Um, yeah, I don't. I have one rookie. Last year I was a little too heavy on rookies in my drafts. Um, yeah, there's some good options. I think we'll just get Jordan Tyson right here. Let's get Jordan Tyson, seventh overall pick. Yeah, he's dealing with some hamstring soreness, but I think he could be really, really good. So, it's a little risky to have him as I think my wide receiver one, but regardless, DK I don't like. Kamanange I kind of like. You know, I think he's good. He's not amazing. He's good, and I don't want to draft good here. I want to draft for upside. Like Tony Pollard, I think has upside. Makai Lemon, I think has upside. Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, I think they all have upside. Marvin Harrison has upside. Um, yeah, I'm just not feeling DK Metcalf, even though Rogers is back. And you know, Rogers fed him the ball. He just wasn't particularly exciting. I didn't think he was that good last year. And I want a little bit of structure on my team. Yeah, this might be the dead zone here, where you just don't feel too confident with any of these players. I could do Brian Thomas for some upside, because in half PPR, the philosophy here is that you kind of want to take advantage of the big boom guys because it takes two catches for them to get a point. So you're not too concerned about the volume guys. Obviously, guys like Amon Ra, deservedly so, should go in the first round. But he's a difference maker. Yeah, I think we'll just take Brian Thomas and we'll just hope for this boom bust nature, and that's how we're going to do our half PPR drafts. Herbo goes. I love Herbo. I think this is a really good value here. This team is not bad. This team is pretty good from the computer. Marvin Harrison, I really wanted. Yeah, I think we're just going to take Alec Pierce. Really just shore up some of our big boom plays. I love Parker Washington. I think he's going to be really, really good this year. Had I not gotten quarterback so early, I love Brock Purdy. I think he's excellent here. Jordan Addison, I'm not too interested in right now. This is just I'm not like a not a really interesting range. QJ I kind of like. The thing is, I don't want to double dip on tight end because there's no premium and there's no real incentive to get Dalton Kincaid or Gadsden or any of these guys. Let's look at wide receivers. I think QJ could be good. Let's look at RBs. Kenny Gainwell could be good too if if Bucky is not coming back to form. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he was good in with the Steelers. Not amazing, not always efficient, right? 2.7, 4.4, 5.21, 3.6, right? He was more of a receiving guy in half, and he did some returning. Just not too much upside. A lot of upside here. Jadarian Price has upside. Ja'Cory Crossing Merritt has upside. Emma Johnson has upside. Chris Brooks, Jonathan Brooks. I mean, they are Chris Rodriguez, Jonathan Brooks. They have upside. Yeah, I think we'll just go QJ. We'll go some huge, and we'll just you really want those big play guys, right? Because it doesn't matter. You're hoping they go, maybe 4 for 80 in a touchdown, right? And that's gonna be really great in half PPR for these guys. Okay, running backs. Um, yeah, I think we can just get Jadarian Price. I don't really see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I think Jadarian Price is great. 10th round, always good. Obviously lost down Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Not sold on the Washington backfield. Yeah. I mean, I think Jordan Mason is going to be one of those guys that I draft. I'll probably play for the first few weeks as he spikes, and then you look to sell. Maybe you package like him and QJ, and you try to get up to like this range. Like, can I trade Jordan Mason, QJ, and maybe like get a Ibuka, right? Who I wanted, but I ended up drafting potentially. I think here, I think we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want like one more like really solid running back. Let's get Jonathan Brooks. I've been drafting. If you've been watching my videos, you know I'm drafting so much Jonathan Brooks in the late rounds. He's an upside case. If he hits, that's amazing. If he doesn't, no big deal. Ooh, Alvin Kamara reports to OTAs. I think Alvin Kamara is going to be sneaky good. I know I have quite a few running backs, but I think we're going to take Kamara, and then we'll just take some upside shots at wide receiver. In these drafts, I don't draft DST, but the big news is that Myles Garrett was traded to the Rams. So if you do like to draft DSTs early, I do think the Rams are going to be a good DST. I also think the Browns will be a good DST with Jared Verse. I have faith in the Titans with Salah. I have faith in the 49ers. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, the Eagles. Yeah, I think for here, I want Jalen McMillan. I've heard he's doing really, really well in OTAs. I want a piece of him. And I think there are some really interesting guys. I think Antonio Williams is interesting. I think Debo could be interesting, depending where he signs. Brandon Ayuk, I think, is definitely interesting. Zachariah Branch is interesting. They need a wide receiver too. I listen. I know Drake London. He's amazing. Kyle Pitts has been hit or miss. They need somebody. It could be Zachariah Branch, but you don't have to take that chance. I like Jalen Noel, Tank Dell. I mean, I don't really think there's any hope for Tank Dell. No offense, but he's coming back from like a pretty serious injury. Jack Bech I'm in on, but I don't like to double dip Malachi Fields. I mean, they drafted a lot of these, or they picked up, Odell, Juju, and Braxton Berrios, but Malachi Fields they picked in the fourth round. I feel like, and with Neighbors' injury being uncertain, I feel like he could be someone that contributes immediately with Jackson Dart. I like Sean Stribling for the 49ers. I think he'd be someone that's really good, especially with Kittle being injured right now and Mike Evans having an injury history himself. So this last round, just take shots on guys that you find to be appropriate. Um, a lot of tight ends. I like Stowers. I like Chig. I like Dolchich, the tight end from Miami. Mike Washington. Golden. Let's just take a shot on year two Golden with Tucker Kraft. But that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this team in general. I thought we had a pretty strong draft. We started off with Jonathan Taylor, went right into Jeremiah Love, so we double dipped right there. Jeremiah Love is a little bit of a risky pick. It's going to take a few weeks for him to acclimate into the NFL. All good. We get a little bit of a later Bowers just due to the injury history from last year. Sidebar: wouldn't pick Malik Neighbors this early. I don't know about best ball drafts, but way too early to take Malik Neighbors. I think round five, is a much safer bet right now to take him, and you'll probably get a discount in June. We'll probably get additional clarification later in the summer about the status of his injury, but I expect him to start on the pup for the year. So we went Brock Bowers. I think a really solid anchor. We really went with some positional scarcity here. Then we got Drake May. Really hoping he takes a Josh Allen type leap with AJ Brown. I think he can. He does have the hardest schedule in the division, but no big deal. Then we got Quinshawn. Quinshawn, I'm a huge believer in. I think he's going to be excellent. He may have to ramp up for injury, but he is amazing. Then we went full boom bust with the wide receivers. We went Jordan Tyson. Huge pick by the Saints. Then we went Brian Thomas, Alec Pierce, and then Quentin Johnston. Big play guys, not necessarily volume, but really good, especially in half PPR. You just want to take shots on these guys. I would have been happy with somebody like JSN, Puka, Amon Ross, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, any of these guys. But particularly happy about these guys. I feel like if they, like I said before, if they go, 4 or 5 for 80 and a touchdown, you're pretty happy. And then sometimes you get people like Alec Pierce, and he just absolutely explodes. So, I mean, like what's a good stat line? I mean, this was 7-4 for 132 and 2 touchdowns, 4 for 4 for 2 touchdowns. I mean, you see the volume really isn't there, but he's getting some touchdowns. 5. I mean, I think he capped out at 13, and it wasn't even that great, right? He had 17. So, I think Alec Pierce is going to be really good. Love QJ. He's still really young. And yeah, I mean he got some targets, but as the season petered on, he was hurt in and out. I think concussions, other sort of injuries. Um, Really good. I think he's going to be utilized quite well in this Mike McDaniel's offense. And then we took some more upside shots on RB. We took some more rookies, so we have 1, 2, 3 rookies within the first 10 rounds. So it's a little bit risky because they're going to take some time to acclimate. Then we got Jordan Mason. Then I guess we got a pseudo rookie in Jonathan Brooks because he's only played, I think, 6 total snaps. Yeah, he's had 12 total attempts, total yard attempts. So nothing too crazy. Then we got Alvin Kamara, who I think is really good. I think this might be a sneaky pick in the later rounds because he's dropped so much just because of Travis Etienne coming in and his injury and the uncertainty around his contract. Then we got Jalen McMillan, again, very similar to the other guys above. Not a volume guy, very much a boom bust, sort of. Maybe not X, but somebody that's going to sort of stretch the field, get open, deep shots from Baker. And the same thing with Matthew Golden. You've seen it last year when he did play. He didn't get a lot of targets. they tried to get him involved. Sometimes he got some of those shorter slants, but yeah, they took deep shots to Matthew Golden, and that's exactly what you want in half PPR. You want to just take advantage fully of the format itself. But again, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. We're really going to start ramping things up as we get into the heart of draft season. But with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.